Well, this report was conducted by MINUSMA, that's the UN's mission in Mali, and it clearly states that its findings, following a very thorough investigation and an awful lot of interviews with people on the ground, that a French airstrike did kill 19 civilians on January 3rd in central Mali near the town of Bunti. Now, the French Defence Ministry continues to refute this. It says that this investigation was flawed, it's questioned the methodology, and it continues to say that it was jihadists who were being targeted. Now, this report, this investigation from the UN says that there was indeed a wedding party there, that some 100 people were in attendance, and that there were some suspected jihadists there. 5 of them, but that this airstrike did take place and it directly targeted this wedding party. Now, the French army continues to refute this. I spoke to someone inside the French army who wished to remain anonymous, who said that, look, this is very strange, that he's astonished by the findings of this UN report, that this sort of command would come directly from Paris, an airstrike, it would be ordered directly from Paris, and so there's really very little room for error. So a lot of questions and a very sensitive issue here. It's very hard to get to the UN Peacekeeping Department to talk more about it. It's really a very sensitive topic.
Yeah, indeed. 2 starkly different versions of events there, Jessica. Where do you see things heading to from here then?
Well, I had a very interesting conversation with Corinne Dufka, who's the Sahel Director for Human Rights Watch, and she said that what ought to happen now is that the French need to conduct their own investigation. There needs to be transparency from the French to show that there's no cover-up here and to set standards, because there have been many atrocities committed in Mali by all the different actors, and the French really are the most careful of all the actors there, she said, and that if they don't set a high standard and carry out a proper investigation and really show that they're getting to the bottom of what happened, then what does that say when they're calling for other atrocities committed by Malian forces to be investigated? So she said a real investigation has to be carried out now by the French. They have to come out and say what the findings are. If it does turn out that by some error they accidentally struck a wedding party, then they need to apologise, they need to come clean and stop digging their heels in, and then they need to compensate the victims. But we're not there yet because the French still have not launched such an investigation. She said this should really be the way forward. She also pointed out that it's very important to bear in mind the dynamic of proportionality, and that there have been lots of atrocities committed here. And why is this of particular concern? Well, because the French are normally so careful that really it's important to find out what actually happened there.